Let's quickly see how to control the RGB LED with your Arduino. Once again, in this section, I'm going to go quite fast. The goal is not to go into details about each Arduino functionality, but to reach the next activity part where you will practice on Arduino functionalities controlled by the Raspberry Pi using serial communication. So let's start and let's directly write some basic code for the RGB LED. So what you can do here already is to connect your Arduino. So once the circuit is correctly done, you can connect your Arduino back to the Raspberry Pi with the USB cable and then check that you have the Arduino connected here with the correct board, of course. And now, well, basically how to control an RGB LED is very simple. If you already know, and you probably already know how to control an LED, well, an RGB LED is nothing more than 3 different LEDs when we speak about the code. So we are going to control each leg, okay, each color separately. So I'm going to create some define here. So define RGB red pin with pin number 11. Okay, so make sure that you use the pins you have selected. If you have selected different pins, define RGB, so green pin 10, and define RGB blue pin 9. And if you have some doubt about the order of those pins for you, well, just start with this and then you will be able to change that after you experiment with some code. So we have the defines. Then what we do is we simply do pin mode on each leg, okay, just like we were controlling 3 different LEDs. Okay, so pin mode for the red pin mode for the green, pin mode for the blue. Okay, everything is correctly set up. And then, well, I'm not going to do anything in the loop. I'm just going to show you how to just power on this RGB LED. So if you do digital write, here you can do digital write, and you can also do analog write because we are using pins that are PWM compatible. I'm going to start with digital write, okay? So you can put, for example, high, and then digital, let's just use the same here. So for the red, and then for the green, and then for the blue. So let's say we want only to power on, so low, only the green and the blue, okay, to make a combination of green and blue color. So those are going to be powered on with full intensity and this one with 0 intensity. So let's, so the board is connected. Let's upload. All right, and you can see we have this color, which is not exactly blue, not exactly green, but in the middle. So with this, you can do different combinations, okay, up to 7 different combinations. And then I'm gonna comment this. And now let's see an example with analog write, okay. So I'm gonna use also the pin like this. And then you need to give a number between 0 and 255. So here you have more control over the colors, okay? So if you put 0, that's gonna be powered off. If you put 255, it's just like you use digital write with high. And then if you any of, for example, 180, this is gonna be a percentage of the brightness, basically between 0 and 255. That's gonna be applied to the red color of the RGB LED. So let's do this. I'm gonna use the same for the green, but I'm gonna put 0. Here I'm gonna try to make a purple color. So I'm gonna do blue and let's say 200, okay? So we're gonna do a mix of red and blue, which should turn purple. And let's see that. So let's run the code, upload, uploading, and done uploading. Okay, and we have a color that is purple. So that's pretty much it for the RGB LED. You first create some define or const int, and then you do pin mode for each pin, and then you can use either digital write or analog write. So this only if you have the PWM functionality, of course, and you can create any combination of color. And this you can use in the setup, in the loop. Well, you can use that any way you want.